I'm Christopher Titus, and this is the Armageddon Update. It's time to scream sanity, people, because it happened. Over at Truth Social, the right-wing Orwellian hell site that seems to be the flint strike on the bonfire that is ignorance and hate in America. It's like if the KKK was smart enough to build an app. Oh, but it is hard to code through a hood. Well, this weekend, some monster truck season ticket holder truthed Civil War. And Sweet Potato Hitler retruthed it. That's right. A former president of the United States who already planned and executed a coup on January 6th just casually hit send on Civil War. Feels a little treasonous, doesn't it? Now, to be clear, Trump is still saying the election was stolen and that there were millions of fake votes. But after an extensive investigation by the top-notch cyber ninjas, they actually found more votes for Biden. And then the deep dive into the Reynolds Wrap chapeau wearing conspiracies that can only come from an ex-crack addict that sells pillows. Then after Bill Barr, Chris Krebs, Brian Kemp, Mike Pence, and the governor of Arizona all said there was no voter fraud, well, except for Trump's chief of staff, Mark Meadows. Fat, ignorant orange still claims election fraud. And he knows claiming it works because
I love the poorly educated.
And now he's calling for civil war because he lost, you snowflake? He lost by 8 million votes. And the first civil war was fought over slavery and the fear that the southern landowners were going to lose their free labor. I know. It wasn't free, slave owners. You had to feed the slaves and you had to house the slaves. And just the expenses in whips and hobbling alone made business expenses outrageous, but they were a write-off. But the North thought people should be treated as people, not cattle. I get a war over that. One side wanted to enslave their fellow man. The other wanted all men to be free, created equal. You know, like the slave owners wrote in the Constitution. But what's your inbred gun humper justification for a civil war in 2022? Because you had to wear a piece of fabric over your face to help your fellow countrymen? Because thinking of trans people makes you feel funny? Because you can't stand two people of the same sex being in love? And why are you thinking about that anyway, huh? Or is it because you want to use the N-word and don't want to get drug on Twitter for it? Free speech! Civil war? What the fuck are you talking about?
I can tell you right now, if they steal the election, all bets are off. How about civil war? Let's go for it.
Since Trump left, the economy is growing at 6%. Wages are up 5%. Unemployment is at 3.6%. Infrastructure's passed. The most qualified SCOTUS nominee in decades is on the Supreme Court. The economy is growing so fast after Sweet Potato Hitler killed it, and 500,000 people, by screwing the COVID pooch, that inflation is high because people have jobs and money again. Also, Trump made a deal with Saudi to cut our oil supply during COVID, and that deal lasts until April 30th. The Saudis have refused to increase output. I wonder if we should refuse to send the Saudis weapons.
Should I stay or should I go now?
Anyway, so the economy's booming, but not perfect. 70% are vaccinated. There was no voter fraud. Everyone has jobs. Adults are in charge. And we don't have an insane moron with his hands on the lever of power who thinks the Continental Army took the airports. If you want civil war now, especially after the daily clown show of the last 5 years, you're probably sitting in your own feces, gnawing on your own foot, eating boogers. And then I have 5 words for you.
Person, woman, man, camera, TV.
Because you're a stable genius. I'm Christopher Titus, and this is the Armageddon Update. God damn, I'm so fucking tired of stupid people! Hey everybody, Christopher Titus, Titus Podcast. How are you doing? Welcome to the show where we scream sanity. With me as always, the lovely Bombshell Ray.
What's up, people?
And the lovelier Highlander.
There can be only one.
Oh, he's good. You never pay attention to
I did a little, looked at, I saw the whoop. Had this whoop.
You
I was looking
always-
away in peripheral.
Yeah,
Civil War.
musician there.
Yeah.
You're more of a soliloquy.
Yeah. I need. I take a solo. I solo until they unplug me. That's what I solo.
You would just be on the drums, civil warring, getting shot. And
So if you saw the Armageddon Update, this one was about Trump. So this over the weekend on Truth Social, someone tweeted civil war. Trump, the ex-president of the United States, retweeted it.
what was it?
To
Just
millions
like
of people.
this happened? Was
No,
it
it
just
was
a
like-
fact?
It was like- yeah, there was-
is
there
True
was like a-
Social his thing?
Truth Social is the one that the failure.
But
yeah.
they're not called tweets, right?
They're called truths.
Oh, so someone truth.
They truthed it, then he retruthed it.
Okay. Interesting.
It's the most Orwellian. Like, why even nut up and name it that? For a dude that's told 33,000 lies in 4 years and lied about everything that he ever said, to have the balls, to have the Orwellian balls, to call it true
that's what they always
social.
do. They always say the opposite of what they're doing.
You guys are pedophiles. Today, 3 GOP were arrested and indicted for pedophiles. Matt Gaetz is...
Even today it came out, I was listening on the way here, Vindman's brother, the twin brother, Yevgeny.
Right.
The IG report has now been released about the retaliatory efforts on Trump's part once he was not removed from office from that impeachment. What he did to Vindman's brother because Vindman testified against him. Yeah.
So
it's
he
pretty
went after
crazy.
the whole family.
Military people that gave a life of service.
And we're
to the country.
literally over there trying to make sure that Zelensky, part of the reason that Zelensky became this democratic and the country kind of switched democratic and stopped being so corrupt was because we were over there trying to help them. So it's amazing to me. So anyway, Civil War. So here's the thing. No, but here's why. So I tweeted about it yesterday.
Yes.
I didn't truth it. I tweeted.
How do you know someone truthed it? Did someone tweet the truth?
Is there a conversion
yes.
rate for that?
There was a Patriot. There's a site called Patriot Takes that sends in like the crazy shit from. It used to be Parler, now it's True Social. They will put the craziest shit we've ever seen on Twitter, so we don't get calm or complacent in our response to holy fuck, this is crazy. So I sent it. So I kind of retweeted. I said, to you people who think, I don't know what you think's going to happen, that people are just going to stand by, but this is not going to go how you think it is. And some guy hits me back. Yeah, well, so what, man? Bring it on then. We got to do it. It's time to take down the government and blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, come on.
Didn't they try to do that on January? What was the day? January.
Well, January. It was near, I was still hungover from New Year's Eve, so I don't remember.
You probably were.
I'll never forget that day watching. We stayed home that day. I remember just as it unfolded, January 6th unfolded.
There was like a Confederate reenactment or something on the steps or something like that.
LARPing. They were LARPing.
They were LARPing.
Yes.
They were really. It was.
Yes.
It was
My
really.
There was
cousin-
gallows.
My niece, who is a 19-year-old Marine, she was at the house last weekend and she had that same sentiment that why are they all LARPing as military people? Why don't they just join the military?
There you go.
And
Then
do something.
Right, because then you're all that freedom shit you talk and all that patriotism and all the flag.
Yeah.
Right? Like there was a guy yesterday that gave Mastriano, the guy who's running for Senate, who said that he's gonna actually put in a Secretary of State that will pick his own electorate so he can decide who wins that state. Said it out loud. No, he said because
You're on this microphone.
That's why you should vote for him. Hey, you people, if you guys want a cheater who fucks everybody over, I'm the guy.
They still think the technology we have is from the Civil War.
I just think
they can't be recorded.
So he grabs a guy in a full American flag shirt and hat, hands him a broadsword about this long, and then he says, "Bring me Goliath." And I'm just like, what happened?
He was offended at first because he was like, what an idiot. David had a slingshot. Goliath had a sword. Stupid ass.
And then she goes, yeah, well, he took the guy's sword and cut off Goliath's head. I'm like, all right, I'll let that go.
He did say that. You were like, okay, you can remove that from the list. Yeah.
If you're gonna out Bible me, which is not hard.
No, it's not.
It's not hard to out Bible me at all.
No. In many ways.
Ouch! I am a very good, nice prayer.
You are a little Old Testament. I'll give you that.
Okay, I know enough to get by.
Mixed with highlights.
Speaking of that, too, how crazy is the world getting? Greg Locke, this preacher, said that if you're Democrat,
Wait, was that who you were playing? It was Greg Locke?
That was Greg Locke.
That guy. He's such an idiot. I was offended by what you played.
So here's what happened. He goes, if you're a Democrat, you're a demon. And if you vote a Democrat, you're a demon. And you can't be in this church. You're not a Christian.
He said you're not a Christian. You cannot be a Christian and a Democrat at the same time. If you call yourself a Democrat, you cannot be a Christian.
And he said, the Democrats can eat my dirty socks, is what he said. Kept repeating it. And he's screaming and bouncing. I turned the sound off and it looks like a Jerry Lewis movie.
I'm so confused by this whole, Democrat, you can't be a Christian thing. I mean, for obvious reasons, I'm confused by that. But also, it just seems to me that there were a lot of things in the Bible especially about how we treat others.
It's mostly democratic.
And being charitable and kind and things like that they seem to be missing.
So let's go over Democrats stand for everybody being included, no one's rights taken away for no reason, everybody being accepted, right? Help
this is Democrats?
Yes, befriend the stranger, immigration, whatever, befriend the stranger.
Love thy neighbor.
Love thy neighbor, help your fellow man. And the people who claim the Bible and Christians, at least at Greg Locke's level, are claiming that no, we need to take the government over and blah blah.
They do none of that.
Oh, he said that in the Bible. He said that in the Bible it says, take it by force.
No, I was like, what?
I don't remember that part of the Bible. I don't want to be out-Bibled, but I'm just saying, I'm pretty sure there's not a point where he says, burn down the government. I did notice that unlike most preachers, throughout that whole rant, he never made a biblical reference, say a chapter and a verse of a specific book.
Right.
It was
Never
just
cited
in
anything?
the Bible. That short little book where you could just flip and find the keyword.
That's what I said in one of my acts. If only it was a book we could go to find out what God or Jesus really meant.
Obey your leaders and submit to them, since they keep watch over your souls as those who will give an account, so that they can do this with joy and not with grief.
So it doesn't say that.
There's 100 Bible verses about
and they're all
respecting
numbered.
those.
You can just search them by
let
the
every
Dewey Decimal
person,
System.
let every person be subject to the governing authorities.
Be subject to the governing. It doesn't say take it by force.
You shall not revile God nor curse a ruler of your people. You're in trouble with Trump. I might be too.
So what is his justification?
But I'm forgiven.
Didn't he back it up with anything?
In the Bible.
He just
That's
screamed.
it. He just started
It's
with
in
that.
there somewhere. Don't
Okay.
look it up.
Yeah,
Stop
yeah.
asking questions.
As
We
Aretha
don't know
said, it's in there. Don't look it up.
We don't. It's like my guy on the cross
Yeah.
in my first, but don't look it up. We don't like people to read because they get dangerous when they read.
People are dangerous
We
when
don't
they
like
read.
that. Honor the emperor.
Wow.
It goes on and on and on and on and on.
So Greg Locke. So here's what happened.
Okay.
A bunch of people complained. Someone called the FBI and someone else
On him?
called the IRS. Yes.
Okay.
They made a formal complaint to the FBI and the IRS. Greg Locke had to get a lawyer and is currently losing his 501c3
501c3
status. His church is no longer.
What would be the basis for that? What do you mean is currently losing?
Because if you are a church that stands for politics in any way, you actually stop being. You can't.
So what do you mean is currently losing? Was it announced that he's losing, or he's going to fight that?
He
now?
announced it. He actually came on and he said, "I got a lawyer." He goes, "We are not going to be. We're going to lose our 501(c)(3) status, and I want to lose it because I want to be able to say what I want to up here."
And write it off.
So he can't write it off now.
That's what he wants to.
No, he can't. He could
He
before.
wants to, though,
There was no
That's what
taxes. He's now going to be taxed.
Yeah, he's saying he's agreeing with you.
Yeah.
I don't know. Did I miss something?
Yes.
In the Bible, they say.
So civil war is going to happen. This guy. We have preachers.
No, it's not gonna.
No, it's not
say
going to. We have preachers. And the thing is that people are whooping and hollering, and I'm like, wow,
Whooping.
you guys. They're hooping and hollering.
Hooping and hollering.
Whenever I hear Southern people, woo! That's hooping and hollering.
There is some whooping and hollering.
There were.
Especially when Freebird starts the first.
Well, now Kid Rock, yeah.
Oh, and then everyone's like, yeah, a lot of whooping and hollering. Oh, look, you've woken someone up.
Oh, it's all right, buddy. Hi. So what's going to happen now? So Trump's okayed it. People are like on that. And my thing is this. Listen, if the country was on fire, things weren't working, and they weren't working for a while. We killed 500,000 people. Now we're at 1 million. No one handled COVID. He told us to inject disinfectant. All this shit. When there should have been that, and the George Floyd thing, there kind of was a little bit of like some serious ragged edge protest that could have turned into a civil war. I see that. But now, like, why now? Because gas prices are high. Because Saudi won't produce.
Well,
why
I do
now?
know that they're angry. I'm hearing that a lot.
About what?
And,
That's what I'm asking.
everything, inflation. They can't afford. And by they, I'm specifically talking about
Everybody.
the Republicans that are mad, but it is everyone is having
Right.
this problem. And we know why.
In
We've
the
already
world.
covered that. But especially, well, yes, in the world, but especially,
We haven't really covered it because people wouldn't be stupid about it if we'd covered it.
no, I mean, we covered it last week.
Right.
Why there's inflation and stuff like that. But Also, there's monkeypox now. Just wanted to throw that out there.
Got a couple cases in America. 3 cases of monkeypox.
3?
3, I think or 4. Yeah.
One was in Florida. I was like,
Florida,
of course.
New York. Yeah, Florida. I was like, that's where monkeypox
So
goes.
people are mad about gas prices. They're mad
Right.
about how cost of food and everything, cost of living has gone up, considerably. Rents are going up. There's a lack of availability of affordable housing. Homelessness is on the rise everywhere. Crime, it's a lot going on. And so everyone is now pointing to the guy that's been there for a year.
15 months, yeah.
So what will fix
Never
that?
thinking
War.
what got us
Right.
here. And I'm not just saying Trump. I'm saying, there are some things that take a minute. And also, if you have a pandemic and the whole world shuts down, there is going to be a supply
Well,
chain problem.
when no one was at work and you can't produce goods, the second so everyone went back to work. We all had money and we needed shit because we hadn't had shit for 2 years, and there's no shit because they couldn't make shit for 2 years.
Do you know what I get tired of, though? Is that and Democrats do it too, is that when anything goes wrong, everyone just sits on the sidelines and goes, look at what an asshole Trump is, or look at what an asshole Biden is. I mean, Trump was an asshole, but nobody's like, oh, we should come together and help each other
Right.
and fix this. And how can we make this stop? And
You did. You were actually, the first thing you offered was, if you need baby formula, email me. We'll see what we can find here in LA and send it to you.
I had baby formula
But
on
this-
hold in Panorama City. And then the lady emailed me back and said they found it.
What you just said, though, is entirely the reason why I brought this up. What are you talking about, civil war? So you want to actually because of this 6-time bankrupt loser who's just out of his mind, wants to date his daughter, said it repeatedly, who golfed 300 days in his 4 years as president.
Aside from him, though.
But no one else got people to say civil war. No one else. This is the guy who actually he fomented a coup.
I think after,
Let me finish. He
Yeah.
fomented a coup, but that's the guy. I get if there was some awesome crazy leader that you were like a Kennedy, someone that Obama inspired. Even Eisenhower. Reagan had a weird way to talk to people. I get if there was somebody who, had some sort of overall integrity.
But are we surprised really at all? Because he's been saying incendiary things, divisive things, the most divisive president
Right? Ever? Yeah.
probably ever.
I got Andrew Jackson, maybe. I'd go back
Took
to Andrew
out a-
Jackson.
full page in the newspaper
Yep.
before he was ever president about the Central Park Five, who
Which
turned
I
out
called the Central Park 6 on Twitter. Sorry, I'm a moron.
not to be guilty. Yeah, he's always been that asshole. He's just way ramped it up.
He wanted them executed.
And
then
never
we found out that they didn't
recanted
do
it. Never
No, of
fixed
course
it.
not.
Even after it was proven through DNA evidence that they didn't do it. Even after that, it was proven.
I was just going to say, when you were saying that about him, I think it's the cat's out of the bag now. I think that even if DeSantis got in office, I don't
Right.
think it matters now.
Or Pence, even Pence.
It is now us versus them. There is no come together. There's no middle ground. There's no you're allowed to have your own beliefs. I have mine. There's none of that anymore.
And my beliefs, even if I can't give you a fact, even if I cannot back them up with any evidence whatsoever, my beliefs are still what I believe. That's where we've lost our fucking minds.
I wonder if during the Civil War or leading up to it,
Yes.
was that this same kind of feeling between the two,
Yeah.
North and South.
the North and the
Ooh,
South.
Yeah.
The North was just like, are these fucking idiots?
Yeah.
Fucking
Yeah.
crazy.
Well, you got to remember that
And then-
was that the beginning? So 1870s. It was kind of the beginning of the Industrial Revolution, kind of the beginnings of it with trains and stuff. Because so it was so in the North had it going on, and the big cities had it going on, and the South didn't. They were still farming. They were still agriculture. And I guess it's the same now, man. If
I wonder if we could pull up some
Trains were invented in 1804 in the UK.
yeah, but it was a big thing though. It was in America. They were
when
pretty
it
rolling.
became
1860
more accessible.
Good, so-
1827.
Okay,
was
so
when
good.
it-
So we had so the Industrial Revolution was kind of underway on the East Coast and building up in the North, and all you had down south was agricultural stuff, cotton and fields, and so of course, so we have the same thing in California. We have a civil war in California on the coast, all the way up the coast.
Yeah.
It is intellectuals and software and tech. You go 200 miles inland. It is literally it's Calabama. It's Calabama, right? And the whole Central Valley is Calabama, and you just
They're on different timelines.
It's
like
different centuries.
Yes, one's in the future and one is
different decades.
Yeah.
We are definitely. And the thing for me is that, like, we have people in our family that were at CPAC in Hungary. They're hardcore conservatives. I wouldn't call them hardcore conservatives. They're just conservatives. I don't think they're not these nuts we're talking about.
What, you know what?
The funny thing is when
They're
they hear stuff,
highly educated,
and when they hear
read-
stuff that they don't know because they watch Fox or whatever, when they hear stuff they're like they go screw you. They go,
well, you have
what?
conversations with
Right. Well,
them, like,
and I was told that they cannot, that we will accept them in our family. We will actually be friends with them because because that's how it's going to be. And I love them both. I do. But we get along. And it's like what I said in the new show, is that we have to find a way to talk to each other without talking about either. If you can't talk politics with them, don't.
I have a family member like that I have realized I can't talk to, and I don't want to. And so every text exchange that we have, within a few texts, it starts to go into whatever COVID stuff, the Constitution, and I'm just like, and I just say something dumb back and ignore it because I'm not going to go there. Some people
I got new
can.
shoes.
Yeah, I like pickles. But
I like pickles. That's the tone I want to put in a text.
tweet that from the Civil
I
War.
want that tone. I wish it was a tone button.
I
like pickles.
That's my phrase when I don't want to go there. Pickles are so good. But like even grandma, we can talk to grandma about stuff politically and she doesn't get angry. We don't get angry. In fact, last time we were there, she told you that Trump was responsible for getting the vaccine everywhere. And you said, no, he's not. Yeah. And so she sat there on her iPad, looked it up, and then apologized 3 times throughout the day and said, I shouldn't have said anything to you. You know more about it than I do.
So where was she getting that? The original soundbite. Where was she getting that?
I don't know because she watches usually CNN, but very briefly.
Mm-hmm.
I think
relatives.
I think family. Yep. I know that a lot of that family talk about it a lot. You know, those people that have to keep talking about it because it's and I don't want to talk about it with people anymore. And so I think she picks it up. Yeah, really. I don't know, Facebook maybe. Stuff like that. Fox on her iPad. I don't know. Yeah, it was the great thing about Grandma is she didn't just go, "No, you're wrong." I said, "No, Grandma." I said, "Actually, they offered money to Pfizer and Moderna, and they both turned it down and developed it on their own. In fact, the company that the government invested in, that Trump was like touting, they had to shut everything down because it didn't work." So, and she looked it up and she's like, oh my God, 3 times. She kept saying, I shouldn't have even got involved with you. I'm like, Grandma, it's fine. It's just not worth it, man. It's not worth it to lose family over, like, if you loved that family already, if you already hated them, just keep them out, but if you loved them already and you're only noticing that you're really starting to hate them since Trump got in office, it's not worth it. So what do we do? It keeps happening. So what do we do? I mean, this extends to as the nation. Well, I think what she's talking about is not. I think what you're talking about is not the people we have the problem with. What we're all frustrated with is the people that. There's nothing to do with people that no matter what you say are going to keep believing what they believe. Yeah. Like the gun thing is like today. Someone there's some guy from Australia who follows me, and he goes, a little update, everyone. Listen, we changed the gun laws, and guess what? A shooting stopped. All right, yeah. I'm not sure that was Australian. It was a little. Go ahead. It was a little Englishy. Sorry. Give me Crocodile Dundee. That's not a knife. There you go. That's a knife. Right. No. So anyway, he and then people kind of jumped all over him, and then everybody's going. And now there's this weird thing. So you got any crazy. I believe guns. Everyone should have a gun. That's crazy. I believe that the election was stolen. Well, that's crazy. And there's a bunch of people on those sides, and there's other shit too. But those two sides right now are prevalent and causing all the problems right now in America that will not change. They've locked down, and you know what it shows to me? It shows a lack of critical thinking, a lack of caring about what the facts are, and a lack of like following the facts. And that's where I get pissed. I'm like, you're just a dumb motherfucker. Sorry, you're just dumb. Fuck you, man. No, dude, you're just dumb. Here's the facts. Because I'll tell you what.
No,
I disagree with that approach.
No,
but-
the approach is not right. But I'll tell you this: if the facts were different, I'm a critical thinker enough to go, yeah, you know what? Every time there's a shooting, we've stopped 25 shootings because a guy had a gun and took out. That's never happened. It's never happened. If 24 out of 25 mass shootings were stopped by a good guy with a gun.
We do need to ban body armor
Yeah,
for people that aren't in law enforcement or something.
right. Why do you have body armor for hunting? Okay, I get it. You have a rifle for hunting. Got it. You have-
What, a deer is going to come running at you antlers first?
So you want to use basically sprawl ammunition, whatever the 262, whatever it is called, ammunition. You want to use that hollow point ammunition, whatever, to go hunting with an AR-15. Okay, you know what? That's vague, and we're really extending what hunting is. But okay. Why do you need body armor?
Right.
So if we register body armor, put VIN numbers on body armors, or body armor identification or BIN numbers, and then you have to register it, and you have to fill out a thing, and they have to clear you. Why do you need body armor? You go, well, I need it for my job. What's your job? Then they have to do a background search. Screw, everyone can have a gun, but you can't have body armor. I think it would make people think a little bit more about mass shooters walk in. I'm not protected. What if there is a good guy with a gun? He's going to get shot by the cops,
Yeah.
but. So I'm just saying that it's the lack of facts. What's happened, what Trump did was tell everybody it was okay to be stupid. He basically said, guys, it's okay to be racist and stupid.
But that had already started.
It had started, but he said, I love the poorly educated. And the poorly educated were like, he loves us. And he made fun of us in the same sentence.
ChristopherTitus.com.
Forgot I had the joke still in my head.
Social media, reality shows.
Reality shows, big thing.
That Honey Boo Boo. It started with Real World.
Naked and Afraid.
But the lauding stupidity, really Duck Dynasty, Honey Boo Boo, Housewives,
even Street Outlaws.
Drama and no education is how you keep your part on that show. And if not, you get not the no education. I'm just making that my observation.
No, you say stupid shit all the time, and you sound ignorant, and you start fights with people. That we've become.
You have a spot next year.
Yes,
yeah.
we've become a society of being cool is boring, being smart is boring, being obnoxious, loud, bombastic. That works.
I think I've said this before, but I happen to know one of the housewives, and she fell in love, created a lot of drama, drank too much, made an ass of herself on several seasons, fell in love, and settled down, got happy, and quit doing that and quit drinking too much, and they fired her because her storyline was too boring. So
the one thing we can maybe all agree with, maybe all of us across all spectrums, is that the media runs everything.
Yes.
We were talking about, we're going to do a sketch.
No, don't give it away.
Okay. So something happened today. We're talking about the news, and the news is not news anymore. They report like some shit and they show some video, and then they start making stuff up of what possibly could happen.
Yep.
Well, that's the
then
thing.
They talk for half an hour about like,
but what do you
Trump
think if this
yeah. So what you're saying is this. So Herschel Walker, who's a football player, has no idea what he's doing with any kind of government at all, or even writing a check. He's going to be the Republican nominee for Senate. Now that's almost news.
And it gets received as news. What I saw in the news was...
they said, that's a good point. And so now we've got a bunch of people making shit up all the time and dealing in just like fantasy Harry Potter shit that doesn't happen.
Unsubstantiated bullshit.
Right.
So this probably goes back to, the fairness doctrine.
Right.
If you look at the news, Walter Cronkite doing the news,
straight up.
It was just like, this is what happened, and then this happened. I'll see you tomorrow.
There was a great Norm Macdonald bit I was listening to. I was driving to this hardware store yesterday, and I was listening to Comedy Central, and they were playing a Norm Macdonald bit about the news. He goes, "It used to be news was a half a hour. It was half an hour. That was it. And you know what they had? You know what we found out then? That's about all the news there was every day, about half an hour. And then now it's 24 hours of news. And the thing is, it's still only about half an hour.
Yes. Every news show that comes on, dun, 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 breaking news. Yep. And it's the thing that the show the hour before did, and we saw it the night before on Rachel Maddow. And it's like, it's enough. Because they have 24 hours to fill now, they have to talk and muse and think of hypotheses that maybe, and then discuss what could happen from that, and then have a bunch of pundits on who really have nothing to do with it, but they also have musings. And
so here's what I noticed, so let's say, so basically Biden, we had the baby formula shortage. Gotta try saying that. Baby formula shortage. Jesus. So they were like, oh, Biden's killing babies. Okay. Stop. But okay.
He's
Biden
eating babies.
He signs the Formula Procurement Act, whatever they just signed. They fly in 30 tons of baby formula. This is prescription baby formula for babies with special needs. So that got flown in. Now they've actually upped it. They're bringing in Swedish formula. They've actually got that plant in Abbott turning on again. They're actually going through what they got to do. That's going to take a couple weeks. So he's on it.
Now, hold on. How fast were the jets going?
Exactly.
Okay,
but
listen to me.
Wait, so why didn't he do it 2 months ago? Let me ask you this. Why didn't Biden get on the baby formula thing 2 months ago? Well, I don't think first of all, he's been kind of busy, but second of all, but everything he does, Biden's got, unemployment is at 3.6%.
Why isn't it 3.5%?
Well, because he keeps adding jobs, but that's exactly it. It shouldn't be 3.1%. It means, wait, are you saying that 3% of this country is unemployed?
Is that because all the people at the baby formula factories are out of work?
They're out of work because Biden didn't get the baby formula. So, and then they come. Well, and then he's doing all this great stuff. He puts in the SCOTUS nominee, who's one of the best, smartest women. One of the smartest SCOTUS nominees we've ever put in, and more accomplished than most. And they go, but his approval rating is 33%. I'm like, oh, you guys, yeah, but you guys keep what? But
I like shoes. What was that?
Pickles are good. I like pickles. And I just go, why aren't you guys? If there wasn't this division in America right now, if the news didn't understand that they were making so much fucking money, what people don't get is the further we're apart, the more money the news makes.
Yep.
The more we're apart, the more money the media makes. Yep. They don't get it. And I believe this. And I don't agree with you. I don't agree with conservatives on almost anything. I will agree with them on this. The media has got I see it on MSNBC too. They're addicted to the drama of reality television. That you just called it. They're addicted to it. And they do everything they can to not just report the news, give us the facts. They give us the facts or whatever they think the facts are. And Fox skews it way far. I think NBC skews it a little bit. According to polls, though, CNN is close to the center. CNN is really close to factual. They're like 78% factual. They still fucking love the fucking drama. You can see, it's the Dirty Laundry song. You can see the fucking newscaster. We had 10 people got shot in Buffalo, and it's not, oh my God, it's 10 people got shot. We're going to be busy for a couple of days. And the fairness doctrine needs to come back. But with Congress the way it is, I don't think it'll ever come back. Because that drama, that bullshit, that extreme craziness that the news can all say whatever they want, makes too much money for the owners, as George Carlin called it.
We're so far apart. We had people vote against the baby formula, getting the funding to get the baby formula.
Right.
They
who voted against
went
it?
on the news to say that he should have done it a long time ago, and this never would have happened under Trump or what. But then they went back in and voted against helping
getting baby formula
only because it was a bill put together by Democrats.
Yeah.
So, but that's where we've lost our fucking way. So anything. So, and the problem is this. Let's say it switches back to a majority Republican. All the Democrats are going to do the same fucking thing. You guys, how about you guys just start fucking stuff?
I feel like you're bitching a lot today.
No, here's what I tweeted. Here's what I tweeted about.
Yeah.
I said, could you guys stop fighting each other and actually stop trying to stop the other guy from getting a victory and start giving all of us in America who pay your fucking salaries victory?
Do you have anything positive to say today? What are you
My positive about, I am extremely happy with my life right now. I have an amazing wife. I have an amazing partner at the job. Man, we write shit. The stuff we put out the last couple weeks. Ooh, did you know that the white supremacy piece hit 150,000 views? Like
right away. If you guys haven't seen this yet, a
sneak
preview from the new special. Yep. They released a clip about white supremacy
because
it's
of
on
the shooting.
YouTube. Yeah,
because of the Nazi that shot 10 black people. Yeah. We released it because of that. It's called White Supremacy Rebuttal. You can go to Christopher Titus TV. But I'm unhappy because we're talking about civil war now. I'm bitching because why are you going to have a civil war when we are all Americans and the people that are dividing us are the people that are currently running America?
I think, though, that, it's like I keep saying, I definitely try and do my part in any given situation, however small that might be. California is... they're talking about possible rolling power outages, things like that.
Texas too.
Electricity is becoming scarce, and
I'm sorry, what?
So yeah, so
it's in the air. How is it?
Well, there's a transition where they've been all over the country. They've been shutting down plants,
old coal and fuel
factors, fossil fuels, but they, because of supply chain issues, the new factories or whatever they are, plants or whatever, are not ready at the same time. So there is going to be, they're saying, like a 3-year maybe problem.
China delivers our coal, right? They send us their coal.
But I said to you, because DWP put out a thing about here are peak hours, try not to use electricity during this time or water. So I started doing that. And you actually said to me the other night, he said this to me. He goes, what do you think? You are going to make a difference? You think you doing what you should do is really going to make that big of a deal?
Wow. How dare you, sir.
Cynical Titus came out and I heard it. She called me on, I was sitting on the couch.
Isn't that terrible?
And she's like, we're only going to do this at certain times. And she started drinking water out of the. We have a water filter thing.
We have a restaurant grade filter thing for our sink instead of plastic bottles.
And as somebody who promotes that, one person can make such a difference.
God
who's
damn it,
made so many examples.
She calls me on it, and I said, "Oh, you're right." Because she goes, "Yeah, if I do it and 10,000 other people do it, it's a big difference." And I was like, "That's a good point. That's valid."
But if those same 10,000 people think, you know what, just me, I'm not, or they listen to their husbands, you're not going to make a difference.
So where am I making it? So here's my positive, and to all you conservatives that watch this podcast for one reason, to comment on YouTube about what a piece of shit I am.
And God bless you. Welcome.
No, thank you. I want you guys to know, and I said it in the new special. I wrote a piece in the new special about it. How do you get back to actually that guy down the street who you used to be buddies with and you used to have beers with, and he came to a barbecue, but then he put a Biden sign in his lawn and now you hate his guts, or the guy or your uncle who you don't like anymore because he voted for Trump and that uncle helped raise you. He's the guy that gave you a cigarette for the first time behind the building and gave you a drink of whiskey and he was fun. Now you don't talk to him because he voted for Trump. Just stop talking about politics to him. That's what we've forgotten. I think we've forgotten. And I'm not saying don't vote the way you want to vote, and I'm not saying believe what you want to believe. But you have to understand, and I just got this in this second, it doesn't fucking matter what I think politically and tell you if you don't agree with me, or you tell me. Us fighting doesn't change a damn thing. Right. Doesn't change it. Go to you know what? Go vote. Go vote. But stop arguing with each other about it. We've become this, I'm just getting this. We've become this country that spends more time bitching to each other, at each other about what we believe. And I just got, it doesn't make a damn bit of difference.
And it doesn't solve, we can't communicate through that. So if you want to really help to kind of talk things through and convince them of them to see your side, you can't fight them on it.
But the thing is that it's like with my family that I've said to you, because you're like, well, how can you be so friendly and fun with them when they believe this? And I'm like, because my whole life, it never mattered to me, my whole life, what my sister thought about politics. She was my sister. She took care of me when I was sick. She's been with me through some of the most heinous things in my life.
Still is. Still helpful. Still great.
Still loves me, like few people do. And I thought all of the sudden now we care what your politics are, but I didn't before. So what happened and why did I allow that to happen? And it's like we have become a country of people that we actually, if you stopped and broke it down, we actually believe that everyone that we deal with has to think like we think. You have to believe what I believe. And if you don't, I'm going to cram it down your throat and you're going to know what a fucking moron I think you are, which is insane.
You just described my entire Twitter
I
feed.
know. That's what I was doing. That's what I was doing. And that's insane.
Did I tell you what I did, though? I said I'm not going to swear anymore on Twitter. I'm just going to be smarter about it.
The reason I said effing moron was because I was being you on Twitter.
Do you know why? You know who did a great job of this a couple years ago when Trump first got when Trump first got in, we were all like, holy shit.
Yeah.
Because that, by the way, you can track it to that. Now the country had to change for it to happen. And be clear, Trump didn't win the popular vote. He lost by 3 million votes.
You're still making me
I'm just making a point, though. Everyone goes, he won. Well, he lost by 3 million votes. But okay. Sarah Silverman did a great job with David Weissman. There was this thing that happened on Twitter where this guy was brutal to Sarah Silverman. And Sarah Silverman, who's a very nice person, just basically talked to him on Twitter. Yeah. Tell me, explain. And at one point, her kindness got through to him in a way that her anger didn't.
Well, he was able to hear what she said because she wasn't cussing him out.
Then he started looking at it. Now he's a hardcore lefty.
Yeah,
he's like, in a good way. He's really,
this episode, because you need it, I need it, we all need it, is brought to you by Athletic Greens. It's a product that I use legitimately every day. I started using it before I work out now instead of first thing in the morning.
And when we get low on it, you have a tendency to not give me mine in the morning.
It's in the pantry. Do you hear what he just said? To give me mine in the morning. Do you hear that? Everybody pay attention. To give me mine.
Woman, where's my Athletic Green?
Your ass can walk down the stairs and get your own.
I brought in a backhoe. I thought I'd dig a hole today. Just wanted to dig a hole in a couple different ways.
A lot of things aren't going to come to you if you stay in bed. You have to get out of bed and go get them. That's actually how the world works. Okay.
Tweeting, you mean truthing? You were truthing.
I was not truthing.
He was truthing. That's what he was doing. So I've started using it before I work out because I'll usually work out like early afternoon, late morning, and it's right when I start to get a little bit of a slump. This gives me an energy boost. Mm-hmm. It makes me feel clearer, which is the weirdest thing. I was noticing this the other day that since I've started using this regularly, my head is clearer. Like when I get up in the morning, I don't know how to describe it. I just noticed it.
So I went out Friday night with Zach. You went out with the girls, and I went out with Zach. We saw a great movie, and then we met you guys. And I had too many drinks. Mm-hmm. And we got home fine. I got home, and the next day I was feeling a little shitey. And I was sitting on the couch, and you brought me a little shaker, and you're like, boom.
Oh, that's how you had it.
And I was like, yeah. See, you can't train me that you're going to bring me something. And then get mad when I go, where's my stuff? Oh, yeah, really. I'm just, but the Yorkies are fine.
I live with 3 Yorkies.
So you gave it to me. I was feeling a little hungover. You gave me the Athletic Greens, and I have to be honest, within about 35 minutes, my headache went away. And I felt way
That's
clearer.
why I gave it to you, because we had Liquid IV and Athletic Greens. I gave it to you because I was feeling the same way. And I had one, and I was like, no shit. That's pretty crazy. Yeah. So it gives your body what it needs and what it's not necessarily getting. So you have 75 high-quality vitamins, minerals, whole food source, superfoods that you may not be able to eat enough of every day, probiotics, and adaptogens. Supports gut health, which is huge for me, nervous system, immune system, energy, recovery, focus, and aging. And everybody seems like is concerned with aging. Yeah. And this is helping you get those things that you need that you're not able to eat enough of every day. I was really concerned
waking up on Sunday and looking in the mirror. I'm like, oh, I'm aging.
I have actually packed mine. I'm going to Grandma's tomorrow. I pushed my trip back. So I'm going to Grandma's tomorrow, and I've actually packed. I counted the days and then packed enough so that I would have it.
It's a great product. I love it. It does make it tastes good. It doesn't make me feel some of the stuff we had in the past was too harsh. It's not harsh. It's got everything in it. It's got a good flavor. It makes me feel better. And that's what we had. That's what
I think is interesting about it is the guy that founded it was having massive gut health issues, like so many, especially Americans are. And we don't even realize what we're taking in our food, you know?
Yeah, there's only 1,200 different ingredients that the rest of the world is banned that we continue to use.
That we keep using. That are banned in paint that we're using.
Yeah. So he developed this and it changed his life. And so,
that are banned in paint. We put it in chicken.
We're eating our hamburgers.
Rice-a-roni. Don't put this near paint.
Right now, it's time to reclaim your health and arm your immune system with convenient daily nutrition, especially in cold and flu season, COVID season, all of these seasons, monkeypox season, for immunity. It's not as fun as it sounds. It's just one scoop in a cup of water every day. No need for a million different pills and supplements. To make it easy, Athletic Greens is going to give you a free 1-year supply of immune supporting vitamin D and 5 free travel packs with your first purchase. So the D is in a dropper. You add it to your shaker bottle or to the glass, and you get your D3 every day. All you have to do is visit athleticgreens.com/Titus. Again, that's athleticgreens.com/Titus to take ownership over your health. Pick up the ultimate daily nutritional insurance.
Worth it. Good product.
Really
we went and
is.
saw a great movie. I'm not a big fan of promoting movies because there's so many of them, but we saw a Nicolas Cage movie, Zach Ward and I, this weekend. That was honestly one of the funniest movies I have seen in maybe 10 years.
And you went out and then went into a theater to watch it?
We went, Zach's a big movie buff and a guy, and he's like,
how was that?
It was interesting. It was great to be in, Zach said, it was great to be in a room full of people that we all got it because it was Hollywood. And there's a lot of Hollywood inside stuff in this movie. So it's called
Wait, but were there a lot of people in there?
The Incredible Weight of Massive Talent. Yeah, about every maybe 3 seats away. It was enough. Mm-hmm. The Incredible Weight of Massive Talent.
That's it, yeah.
And Nicolas Cage plays Nicolas Cage. And there's this guy that wants him to come to his place for $1 million. Nicholas doesn't get this job, and so he goes to. But Nick Cage, he likes to be called Nick Cage. It's weird. It's in the movie. You're really clear that it's Nick Cage. I have to be honest. People go see this movie. I'm not going to tell you what happens in it. It is meta on top of meta on top of meta. It just keeps going. At one point, Zach and I, and the great thing about it was to see it in Hollywood with a bunch of people who got the inside jokes. It was hysterical. Very rarely have I been in a theater when there was that much laughter. It's only happened a couple times in my life, in different ways. American History X. A lot
of laughter.
Hysterical.
Well, I saw it the wrong.
Feel good.
No, you guys. I said in different ways, you morons. I said in different ways.
It was right after
where the theater kind of everybody became part of one like mind. It was cool. American History X started. I went and saw it in the Valley. A bunch of gang members showed up. It was crazy, and so we were there in the back, and I'm like, okay, all right, it's gonna be wild. Oh, everybody's boisterous and yelling.
Supremacy gangs?
No. Because I guess they'd read it. No, it wasn't. It was like Latino gang members and stuff, and they were all there. And the second the movie started, the first scene happens with the curb stomping, and everyone got quiet and became this communal experience of like, this is fucked up. Mm-hmm. Pretty cool. Same happened and then Independence Day was a different way. Well, I went and saw Independence Day the day it came out on 4th of July. The theater was like, oh, it was insane. This movie was the same way with comedy, that the entire theater was laughing the whole time. And it was such a great communal experience.
I miss Will Smith. I just want to say Independence Day.
The movie's really
I had
good,
gone
though.
from one patio to another.
Right.
And so where you guys met us was called Better Than Sex. And
it's basically a bar that has
it's
just
a
desserts.
dessert bar. Yeah. And it's like it's dark,
chill,
and there's black
very
and
Hollywood
white
dark, very Hollywood
pictures,
dark,
red velvet and black and white pictures everywhere of naked
bit like the
people
Formosa.
having sex, but not like it's artistic-ish.
Yep.
And then they have dessert drink type things, like you can get even just a Cabernet red wine, but with a salted caramel rim, so the caramel's like dripping down the.
You have to just keep saying baseball, grandmother, so you don't finish.
Yeah,
exactly. Yes.
Oh, wow, baseball works. Never works.
It's
It was great. It was really great.
and you can order desserts.
But here's
too.
how I drank that wine you got. So she gets me a glass of wine with the chocolate on it, and I'm like,
Yeah, we all did.
it's the weirdest. It was the weirdest. Like they need to work on that because it's a weird.
We all did.
Yeah.
So I had tried a couple of
Try
their
this. Thank you. It was good.
of their drinks.
Cabernet.
But
What year is this? I don't even know.
And I'm licking a glass.
It was also weird when I gave it to one of my girlfriends that was there, and I go, "Do you want to try this wine?" And she took the glass and went, and then drank it, and I was like, oh no.
Exactly.
But
But it was awesome.
I had tried a couple of the dessert drinks, not really my thing, so I ordered a vodka soda, and I got a salted caramel rim on a vodka soda. That was actually really good, but the next day, all of us were like sugar pumped, sugar high, and then a crash, horrible headache, and that was when I had that Athletic Greens, but it was like,
I needed a burrito, is what I'm saying.
Oh, yeah.
We were sending like filtered selfies to him, and then we got a selfie back from you and Zach because you guys don't know how to use filters.
We don't think about it.
It was great. It was very cute. And then
You
when
guys
they
with the
showed
bunny
up, it
ears
was
and-
fun. It was
It was a fun night. It was fun.
We did our own thing, and then we came together at the
Go
end of the night.
see The Incredible Weight of Massive Talent. You're gonna laugh your ass off.
We
Really
got
fun.
home needing a good sleep, and thank God that this episode is brought to you by Boll and Branch sheets, because we did. Boll and Branch they are next level sheets. They kind of have this stance that it doesn't so much matter what thread count your sheets have, like, you know how that's the thing for all companies, that it's actually the quality of what they're made with.
Speaking of better than sex,
Exactly.
Yeah.
So
Treat
they
better.
use 100% organic cotton threads, superior softness. The more you wash them too, the softer and better they get.
So that's what So we got into bed, especially after tonight. Get into bed. I get into bed like this because those sheets and the bed we have. I get into bed like this.
They are amazing. They would make a great gift. They are awesome to open for yourself because it comes in this crazy, like, Apple level box with ribbon and everything.
The presentation is excellent. The quality of the product itself, brilliant. The presentation, excellent.
Still not sure who, but used by 3 U.S. presidents. I don't know. We first heard that on the news.
Yeah, I've been hearing that on Sirius for a long time.
Breathable as well. So if you sleep hot like I do, they're awesome even during summer. They don't have toxins in the cotton that's used. It's organic, so that for me is very important. It means no pesticides, formaldehyde, or other harsh chemicals, which you're very sensitive to.
It's funny when you ordered it, when we opened it, when we got it, I didn't even think about that. But usually when you get new sheets, you open it and it smells chemically. These didn't.
Oh, yeah.
I didn't even think about that. Yeah, they didn't smell. They were like, I didn't even think about it.
When I went to that
smell like an old
place,
president.
Ojai, the Optimum Health Institute,
That's very George Washington.
That was-
Nixon. That's what
that was one of the
Ew.
things that they said was that you need to get organic cotton sheets and blankets.
Yeah.
Because
for your
otherwise,
allergies, yeah.
but your skin is the largest organ on your body, and everything you don't realize, like, people are very worried about what they put on their face or what they eat, but you're actually absorbing everything through your skin. So people will use like the craziest, like filled with chemicals lotion or sleep on these sheets and not even realize what you're taking into your body, what chemicals. So they give you a 30-day risk-free trial, which I love, or 30-night as it were. You also get free shipping and free returns on all orders because they know that you're going to love them. So you get 15% off your first set of sheets when you use promo code Titus at bollandbranch.com. That's Boll and Branch, BOLLAND branch.com. Promo code Titus for 15% off.
I love a company that kind of like steps up and like, hey, if you don't like it, send it back.
I do too.
I do too. It makes
Because then you don't have to worry about
but,
wasting
it's
your
a
money.
company talking shit. That's what I like. It's like I like
Throwing
that
down.
confident
That's smack
shit talk.
talking.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like, you don't like them, send them back. You're gonna love them. I'll tell you right now. Boom.
In fact, we'll take them back free.
Yeah.
It's like, okay, then you really don't think I'm sending these back. I'm going to North Carolina tomorrow.
Grandma had an operation.
Grandma had surgery on Friday.
Yep.
They found cancer. She has
They cut it out.
in her colon. They cut it out,
Pew pew.
but they also took the lymph nodes around there because they don't know if where it's
Right.
spread to or what. So,
biopsy those.
yep, those are being
What i-
biopsied. The mass is being biopsied.
What is it about them? They say they're gonna do something in doctors, and they go in and they go, oh, by the way, we also took a chunk of your liver and a piece of your soul.
No, they have to.
Like, we were just gonna. It was a mild operation, but we've also.
They have
You're
to.
missing a foot. We took your foot, and
They have to because
We weren't sure
oh
we
my
needed to take the
which
foot.
one? We just want to
I'm
make
just
sure. Yeah.
gonna shoot my own self right now.
We got going on a bit.
Oh, sorry. We got lost in the weeds.
Anyway, I just kept trying to say a sentence, and then you would interrupt me in the same place in the same sentence over and over. Usually you at least let me get a couple more words out, so by the end it forms a sentence, which I like.
Like I did just now.
Yeah, see?
That was worked
Anyway,
out.
carry on. So I'm going to North Carolina.
So they cut it out, and then but they pulled the lymph nodes.
We don't
and-
have to talk about it anymore. I was just telling people.
What's great though, Grandma's personality is so awesome. We love Grandma, and that she's on pain medication is really fun.
I did. She called
She's
me
like,
3
"Wee!"
times the other day. Yeah. Yeah. She's struggling though. It's pretty tough. I mean, she's 88. She had full anesthesia, all major operation, and now in the hospital for many days. And so hopefully she'll get out soon after I get there, and then I'll take care of her.
Well, they got her up and walking, which is good.
When do the
She
results come
walked
in?
today for the first time.
I
The
think
what?
people
The
don't,
results from the
They said a
biopsy?
couple of weeks, which I thought was a little much.
in the hospital.
They always take the lymph nodes around a mass because that's how they determine the stage of cancer.
How many lymph nodes do you have?
Oh, like
Yeah, a
hundreds.
lot.
Oh, really?
I mean, I'm not.
Let's see.
I feel like
Let's
118.
find out.
I'm gonna go. Wait. And welcome
Hold
to
on,
the
one,
lymph
two-
node. Lymph node game show.
600.
600, 100.
You have 600 lymph
Yep.
nodes. When people go ahead, they take my lymph nodes from my armpit because I had this. I'm like, I always feel like, oh my god, how are you gonna live?
Well, those
only got
and these are the most
594
popular.
Yes, they're
well,
not all
the
equal.
reason these certain ones are a bigger deal, these would be a massive deal. My mom losing these under her arm is a big deal because then there's nothing to filter. So she had lymphedema, which made her arm
Yeah.
swell, and I called it her wiffle bat arm. Which
She thought was hilarious, and not at all.
She did eventually, not at first, but 600. Wow, they're everywhere. You have them in your groin.
I
Oh,
hope
so if they take those out, will it be bigger? Look like a wiffle ball bat?
Boom, we just found something. New procedure.
Hey, by the way,
This episode brought to you by...
I need to talk. You're gonna shave down there. Why take some lymph nodes? Why? Because I want to be impressive.
Those are your nymph nodes. Those are...
She's just waving us off like a third base coach. Coach, you're like,
That's enough, fellas.
This episode also brought
We
to
have
you
another
by
ad.
Sunday.
Oh, you need this for our yard again is booming. Even I find even in the drought we're having right now, our yard is doing quite well.
That's because I just used the thing that they just sent me.
Right.
The heat, I don't remember what it's called. You don't have to remember. That's the genius of Sunday. They tell you and send it to you and then say, do this on this day, and then do this on this day.
Sunday
and you
knows
don't
a
have to
guy.
think about it. Yeah.
You send him a couple pictures. I might handle this.
But it was a heat protectant, water holder-ish thing. I don't remember what it's called. And you don't have to think about it. So it's great. It addresses your particular issues in the area that you're in. And for instance, we're in a drought. Whereas at Grandma's house, it has rained a lot. So it's very specific to where you are. Also, hugely important to me, no chemicals again. No harsh chemicals, pesticides, things like that.
Can
It's
I
made
remind
with
everybody-
things like seaweed, iron,
So it's
molasses. Yeah.
But guys, so and I say this every time because it still stuns me. It seems like a magic trick. They take a picture of your house. They have the Google thing of your house. They actually have done research on all the soil that's in that area. But because they don't know what got moved or how your house got built or what they brought filled dirt in, then you send them a soil sample and they send you it's crazy to me that they send you everything you need for your specific soil.
Yeah.
Because it makes me.
You do that at getsunday.com if you're interested just to see. Go look at your house on there. You just put in your address and their lawn analysis tool does the rest. It just tells you what you need. But it was very important to me to not make the dogs sick
Right.
or put anything because they're on the grass all of the time, or us, but mostly the dogs.
But please invent something to make the moles sick. And the gophers. Please, Sunday. For God's sakes. Help.
I was on there, so I'm on this new kick, something that I'm noticing, and he's like, oh, geez, she's on a new kick. I get on kicks. That the bees are gone from our yard. We used to have a lot of bees that
Is that a good thing or a bad thing?
It's really
Very
bad.
bad thing.
Bees are responsible for 70% of our food. The pollination, you have to have pollination. So some of the fruit trees that I have this year, they started to get babies and they just fell off.
Oh.
And then I noticed that where the bees always are right now, swarming in particular places, and also our palm trees when the pods pop open, they swarm around those and make the things open up. None. We have none. The pod thing just fell off the tree.
And when and I remember when I was a kid and reading in like the Weekly Reader in
me
like
too.
school that if we lose the bees and the frogs, it's all over.
Yeah.
Well, we don't have, we live on a golf course and there's no bees.
No bees. I've seen one so far at all.
He was like, "Hey,
So-
help me."
So there's also some kind of mite that's killing them, drought,
So we're getting bees.
pesticides.
We're gonna have bees.
Things like that.
Well, what do the
And
neighbors do?
so-
I'm sure the neighbors are not.
Well, so I went on Sunday's website and they actually sell fertilizer and seed and
Bees?
plants. No, but they have you can get like not packets, but what's the word? Bundles of pollinator plants, things that attract bees. So you need flowers to attract the bees, brightly
order some?
colored. Yes. So I
Been
thought
hearing a
that
lot
was
of buzz
pretty
about
cool.
that.
So my dad, oh my
wow,
gosh.
nice.
But
I hate that joke so much. I'm applauding it.
So
I heard a
my
lot of buzz
dad,
about
when I
that.
was little, when he was in the Marine Corps, he had beehives in the backyard. I don't know why. He said it was calming. I called him. So he told me I got to call the beekeeping association, which I was like, there's no beekeeping. So there's one not
Yes,
far
there
from our
is.
house.
There's a beekeeping
I
association.
looked them up, but we're going to get bees. But
They're bitter.
Hazmat suit and
They're
everything?
very bitter.
All
Well,
of it.
once a year. Now, so
He's
got,
gonna do it.
I got freaked out because she has an allergic. She has an allergic reaction to it. But I'm like, well, how often? Like, is it a weekly thing? I got to get in the bee suit and go once a year. You just go once a year and get
to get the
yeah,
honey.
you go.
Yeah.
But then we'd have our own honey. But we need bees. So Sunday had that. So I just ordered that too. I'm on a kick.
We're gonna
so
help the
it's
planet.
happening.
We're gonna help the planet with bees.
So you can go check out their website, check out your lawn, look at the roof of your house and be a little freaked out. Also, you can order all this other stuff that you need because it's spring and we're going into summer. So right now they're offering people that listen to us 20% off. Full season plans start at just $129, and then you can get 20% off of that. It's so affordable. That's for the full
So people are going to make
season.
more money off listening to the podcast than we make for making the podcast?
What?
By saving 20%, they're actually the people that listen to the podcast are actually going to make more profit than we do doing the podcast.
So you would get that 20,
I gotta go, quick.
You would get that 20% off when you visit getsunday.com/Titus at checkout. That's 20% off your custom plan at getsunday.com/Titus.
Again, people, I got to tell you, man, this stuff has changed. When we bought this house, man, the people had. It's almost like they were foliage vampires. They had slowly killed the lawn and the front. Remember how bad the front lawn was, and then there was no. And you've planted. You're literally Snow White. You've planted trees and stuff, and it's.
I'm just prepping for Armageddon. I'm not.
It's but without bees.
That's my next
We need
thing.
bees.
We're getting bees.
We're building an ecosystem, basically.
I tried to talk him
Little
into
dome over
ducks because I've always wanted a duck named Albert. And so he has always said no because we would end up coming home to a massacre because of the coyotes.
Or the dogs would kill it.
Oh, do you think so?
Yeah, yes.
So a couple of weeks ago, I was standing in the window looking out, and all of a sudden, Albert flew down and landed in our pool. And then his wife, Grace, came right behind him and landed in the pool. And I was like,
She's
on a little floaty with sunglasses on.
and then they hopped out of
margarita.
the pool and they sat there and looked around, and I was like, oh shit.
God sent us ducks.
I got my ducks. Yeah. But no, then when I tried to talk to them, they went and they never came back. But I thought I had finally
They
gotten
were like,
the
you guys
ducks.
got no fucking bees. If you had some bees, we would hang. But this is barren. This is bad.
It is bad.
No bees. We're out.
You got to get the pollinator pack from
need
Sunday
to
and
find a
get bees back. But we're putting hives on that hill down the back, and he's going to be the beekeeper.
Once a year.
My dad said sometimes the beekeeping association people will come out and do get the honey for you because they have the machine
They
that
split it though,
extracts it. They give you some, they take some.
Let me tell you, this is gonna work. So once you got bees, we're gonna help you. We're gonna take care of your bees. All you need a little bit of vig, honey on the side, a little bit, just a little bit. So you take it. We're 50-50. We're gonna do 50-50 on this. Do me a favor though. Don't talk to the queen. She don't like it when you talk to her. You ain't qualified to talk to the queen.
So
Civil War.
aside from altering the ecosystem without bees, not just plants, but many animals would lose their prey in the event of a bee
Right.
die-off. It would impact natural systems and food webs.
Now, I had a huge.
But that's what's funny about the planet. Like I'm not a
The-
lefty because I don't want the planet to save. I want to live on. I think.
Yeah.
that
But
my
also,
friend-
this is part of me doing my part. So I'm going to get bees. And maybe
Mm-hmm.
I won't make a difference, but maybe if more people get bees. So the Department of Agriculture estimates that pollinators like bees and butterflies help pollinate approximately 75% of the world's flowering plants,
Wow.
which is 35% of the world's food crops, period.
Every time the
Put
further we
simply, here's the sentence. Put simply, we cannot survive without bees.
But that's what people don't quite get. They're like, man, gas prices are so high. We need more gas and more fossil fuels. Why don't you just kill everybody? What? Like we're just.
Get bees.
It's even stopped being.
Mm-hmm.
By the
How
way, I'm
long
a
would-
hot rod guy. I love cars. I love
Yep.
everything. And I'm like, you guys. At one point, I don't care what you think politically. We're just gonna die.
How long would humans survive without bees?
About 5 years.
4 years.
Holy shit! Are you kidding?
Einstein was actually the first person to say that.
Oh, great! Who the what? With that moron? Einstein. Jesus.
Because
Overrated.
we
Nobody listens
lose.
to him.
Overrated guy.
So
who
the
invented
plants
stuff.
that they pollinate, we would lose, but then animals eat specific plants. So then
Yeah.
those animals couldn't eat those plants. We would lose the plants and the animals. Okay, so everybody's got to get a beehive, even if you live in an apartment. Put it on the balcony.
Australia, Fury Road. Yeah, it's gonna happen. So
Wow.
we have to get. That's what I was asking you. When are we ordering our bees? We need to order our.
Well, I
bees.
can't do it until I get back.
Why not? I can take care of
Actually, my dad said you could. I was surprised at how much my dad remembered about it. He said you can order a pack of bees in the mail.
and they
Yeah.
give you a queen, right?
I remember going someplace with my dad and getting the queen in this little wooden box. And I grew up eating fresh honey, and chewing on honeycomb is so good.
I had a big, I had a couple bees, like I could see them from my deck, right? Just like swarming, like, oh, I think I have a beehive. Called to have it looked at. Turns out for a decade, they were building an entire colony up there. So like,
In your apartment?
yeah, like right on my deck. It was a
Wow.
decade-long colony. And it's like, it got to and I talked to the bee people, and they said, oh, once it gets to a point, they start like attracting the bees from a nearby area. Like, oh, this is where we're going to live.
We've opened
we're
a
gonna
new
live here.
condo complex
Yeah,
over here.
Yeah, exactly. So it might have that.
The lifestyle
hopefully,
center. It's a lifestyle center.
What
Yeah.
are they going to
For
do
the homeless bees,
with
they can-
them?
they just and they showed me pictures of how they did it, and they're like they cut around it and they replanted
Did they take
them.
them?
They just moved them
Where?
to an incinerator. I think.
I was going to say,
No, I
did
don't
they
know.
Wait.
did they take them upstate?
I took them to Vegas.
Yeah, exactly.
The bee went to the farm. Bee farm. There's a bee farm. Don't worry about the bees. Why are you asking so many questions?
So you might be responsible for the death of the human
No,
race.
if you brought the bee people, did you bring did you call the bee association?
bee
Oh yeah, it was like
people.
the official
No.
state
No,
bee.
you
By
No,
I
bee
didn't call-
people, he means he called
I didn't call
Orkin.
Frank.
And Orkin came out and went,
Ah,
exactly.
shit. Well, now that bee, thanks for helping kill humanity, asshole. Good job. Good job.
Sorry, oopsies.
Yeah, you didn't know this.
We all got to get bees. That's all I'm saying. We're going to die.
And if bees are responsible for 35% of the food, no wonder they think they can sting you. They look kind of cocky. They're a little cocky.
If you don't mess with them, they won't mess with you.
right.
I mean, I grew up with them. I have anaphylactic reaction
Mm-hmm.
to bee stings. I grew up with them in the backyard, kind of pushed back. But I learned that if you don't mess with them, they aren't going to sting you. And so I have been around when we did have bees in this yard, and I just stayed away from them. When I would see where they were swarming, I would just walk around that.
Can I?
Do you know what I've read the other day too? Just want to throw this out there because we've had crows around a lot, which is weird. But I think drought, they're tearing through our garbage, like aggressively tearing through our garbage. So I was looking up how to get rid of crows.
Yeah, she's really freaked out because I'm aggressive.
There's
towards
a
the crows.
whole website of the crow people. They take this very seriously. crows can remember your face
For 6 months.
for up to 6 months. So if
How do they
you
know
are
that? For 6 months?
aggressive, it's a ballpark. They of all the people that
They
were
call them
attacked by
tax dollars
crows,
have been going to these studies.
A lot of crows as witnesses in cases. And a lot,
so if you throw shit at a crow because it's messing with your garbage like he wants to,
I know. I got you until December.
they
bitch.
will follow you and
Crow's
attack you. They will attack you.
Countdown 6 months.
Attack you. So this website of these crow people, they recommend wearing big sunglasses and using an umbrella.
Fruity, tooty, fresh and fruity mustache.
we're in bed and she's reading them. I'm like, wait, you have to get a crow disguise? Yeah. What do you do? Are you going to a party? Nah, I got crows. By the way, who are you? I'm Jack Sparrow. Shut up.
Or you just have to be nice to crows, but that I don't think is going to happen.
No, I've already winged a couple things at him in the road.
I told him not to do it when I'm with him because that crow's in our backyard like this, looking at me.
Like, shit, I got to go to the Halloween shop again.
Yeah, we're
damn
still
it.
watching TV last night. Just had our hair on the window.
Did he say that or did he say that?
They gave me the wing.
I know that they're going to associate me with you. And then this
I
website
don't think
said,
the crows have. I don't think.
listen, this website said that if one of them starts to attack you and it's mad at you, it will call for its friends and then they'll all attack you. And it says the best thing to do if a crow attacks you or a murder of crows is to be still and don't flap your arms wildly or scream. So
Like a bear, like as if it's a bear.
yeah,
I'm gonna
while
be
they're
punching-
attacking,
Yeah,
just
That's fine.
I am punching the shit out of some crows, man. I will karate some crows. You know.
it's gonna be because of you that I get attacked by a
No,
crow.
you're not gonna get attacked to be like, she's nice. That dude's a dick. I
don't
like that they
think so.
gang up. I like that the crows gang up. They're
He's
like,
already
they're
been
like
looking at
coyotes
me.
with wings. They're like, we can't do it on our own. Let's go get a bunch of guys. Let's get a bunch of guys. We're gonna. That guy right there, he keeps throwing shit at us. The guy, the house with no bees. That house. The no bee house. We're gonna do.
It's a lot going on in the Titus ecosystem. A lot. It's very stressful for me.
It really is.
So I'm going to grandma's to deal with other stuff.
And I'm gonna fight crows while she's gone. By the way, the
probably
worst
earned
superhero skill ever.
Close your eyes though. Don't let them take your eyes.
They won't get to my eyes.
Okay.
I'm just
I think
gonna
they go right for the
I'm just
eyes.
gonna go out and just start reading Edgar Allan Poe on the thing. Yeah, what's up, bitches?
No, just carry an umbrella.
I'm not going out looking like me. I'm fake
Or wear a
mustache.
hat.
I'm gonna go out like
Yeah,
Frank.
right, exactly.
Yeah,
You just
new
disguise every day.
hat. Change my voice. How's it going, crows? Good to see ya, crows.
Like, there's a lot of people living here. What's going on?
I don't recognize that guy. That ain't the same guy. Same height, same look.
Same
Nah, it's
hair.
not the same guy.
By the way, I have to go because I have to go get ready to leave. But our shows in Edinburgh are on sale. You can go to either one of our websites, rachelbradleycomedy.com, christophertitus.com, and go to our tour page. The links are there for each of us. Also, we have Flappers coming up in Burbank next weekend. Is it next weekend?
Third through sixth.
Third through the fourth, Friday and Saturday. And then Tempe Improv, he's going to do 10 through 12. I'm doing the Thursday. So June 9th, you can come out and see my whole show and then come back the next day and see his
Guys,
whole
at
show.
Flappers, get tickets to Flappers because we're not doing Zero Side Effects anymore. I'm doing a show that I didn't get finished because of COVID.
So June 9th, Tempe Improv, me. June 10th, 11th, 12th, Titus.
Flappers
And then
is the third.
And then not long after that, June 17th and 18th, Wise Guys in Salt Lake City.
Yay! I like
Yeah,
that
we
club
love
a lot.
that club. And then coming up, Des Moines, Omaha. We haven't been in Omaha in a long time. Toledo, Columbus. We have some good ones coming up before Edinburgh.
Good. We got to get ready. You have to. You don't even know your show yet.
I know the show I have, but that's not the show that I want to take. I need more stuff.
We're working on it now.
I want not more stuff. I need different stuff because we can only do an hour anyway, and I'm already over an hour, so it's going to be
I have to
interesting.
take everything down. I have to take an hour 30 down to an hour. You're looking. He's like, you guys both looking at me like.
Well,
that
that's
ain't
what I'm saying.
happening.
So right now, mine's
Keeps
about
getting
an
bigger.
hour and 5, hour 9, depending on how fast I go. But I want to write 3 more bits, but I have to do an hour. So do that math.
What people don't quite understand is Edinburgh is like probably the world's largest comedy festival, and we were honored that we got invited to it. So people, if you're going to be, if you're listening to us not in the States, please go to Edinburgh.
Yeah.
But I'm doing probably the most human show that I think ever. This one is like part 2 to Norman Rockwell. This is part 2 to Norman Rockwell. That's what this one is. And your show is intense, man. I've never seen you. I remember when you broke.
He means funny. That's
No,
what he
intensely funny. But what your subject matter is like, you're not playing. I'll never forget the first time she didn't want to do it. We were in Austin and we were playing this little theater, and she goes, I don't do my own material. I go, well, do the new stuff. She goes, I haven't written it. And I go, you're a comic. Just, the stories. The stories are the stories. Tell them. Standing ovation, 20 minutes. You did 20 minutes in front of me, got a standing ovation. Never hated you more.
Thank you.
I was like, I gotta follow this shit.
Thank
I'm
you.
like, how you guys doing? She was awesome. Yeah, I know, wasn't she? Bring her back. Shut up. Let me finish my jokes. Gotta get a joke out, dicks. All right, well.
You're for sure getting attacked by crows. It's 100% gonna happen.
Guys, do me a favor. Go to Christopher Titus TV, please. There's a lot of content there on YouTube. You can actually see we have a single bit from the new special that came out great. I cannot believe how it blew up. It was pretty crazy. Also, if you want any T-shirts, we have commemorative T-shirts from the taping. The Titus Now Let's Vet in a Vaccine for Stupid shirts. Go to ChristopherTitus.com. Thanks for watching. Thanks for listening. And before we go any further, though. And now it's a fun fact from Highlander. Fun fact from Highlander. Fun fact from Highlander. Here's a fun fact.
Bubble wrap was originally intended to be wallpaper.
What?
What?
Bubble wrap was originally intended to be wallpaper.
When was it invested in the 60s?
No, you would think in the 70s, right?
Yeah, right.
Like some
60s or
funky
70s.
stupid shit.
Yeah, like late 60s, 70s.
1957.
For what?
Let's see. It was
they didn't have insulation and stuff. Was it for insulation and stuff? Well, that's weird.
invented in 1957 by engineers, who cares, who sealed 2 shower curtains together, creating a smattering of air bubbles, which they initially tried to sell as wallpaper. Then in 1960, it took them 3 years to realize this. They realized
Let's glue those shower curtains together.
I like pickles.
as they're trying to destroy.
Yeah, one guy kept ruining it. Don't pop them all, Dip.
This is the opposite of audio insulation, which they initially tried to sell as wallpaper. Then in 1960, they realized their product could be used for protection in packaging. And they founded Sealed Air Corporation.
Wow.
Very nice. Thank you for the fun fact. Yeah. Guys, for myself, the lovely bombshell right into Highlander. Later.
Peace out.
What do I say at the end?
They really won.